Hello there, and welcome again to Sports Leadership Exchange. And today I have my distinguished guest, a former player of mine who is now playing professional soccer. So you guys need to make sure you tune in and get your pens and papers ready because we're
Mm,
going to be getting some tidbits out of Will Akio, who,
thank you.
yes, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Been very well. Lots of ups and downs in my career, but I'm still here, still playing, still standing. So that's
And,
important.
um, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. So, let's start from the beginning. You obviously were playing, as most do, grassroots soccer.
Yeah.
Um, Give us that journey, and then we'll take it in stages from that journey to school to now where you are.
Mm. Well, basically, it started for me. Just I got four brothers, and we always just like to go in the park and go play soccer, right? So eventually, it came to a point now where parents are getting a little, they want to put us into some more competitive games because they see that we have talent, and joined a local club, Calgary North Side. And that for me, that was like a life-changing moment, especially as a kid, competing with other kids and like seeing that, this is a sport that can potentially change my life, And for me, it was just something that I put like my whole life into, and I knew very early on, this is what I wanted to do. So
Nice.
played at CNS for literally most of my youth career, and then got to be coached by you and stuff, and learn some different things about football. But for me, that
Yeah.
grassroots was very important just to kind of set the foundation of my career going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And we sometimes we always talk about the highs, but what were some of the lows that you went through that got you through that are now
Mm.
helping you in your journey right now where you are?
I think for me, some of the lows, honestly, it's just more lows than there is highs, and I think that's something that all players need to understand is it's all the victories and all the good things you see in football. Those are just the little minuscule things. It's about how you handle the lows. And for me, it was not making the squad, being cut from teams, and tons of injuries. And through those moments, I'd sit down and I'd think, it's like, am I going to sit down and sulk and just be sorry for myself, or am I going to continue to work and just continue to believe in myself? So for me, I've gone through two knee surgeries, broken ankles, not getting picked for squads in my youth days. But something that I had that I feel like others, struggle with is just the faith. I have lots of faith behind me, and even though things weren't going well, I just knew that it's going to turn around if I continue to work because it's impossible. Hard work never gets beat.
I love that. Well, I love that
Yeah,
faith, and the determination and
yeah,
the will, and to set aside the ego. Not to say you had the ego, but this is for
hmm,
all players.
yeah,
Just based off what Will just mentioned, to set aside the time, self-reflect, because I don't think enough of you do that. But
no,
self-reflect and then go. You know what? What do I want? Where do I want to go? And
hmm,
even though the environment might not be possible, that still
hmm,
shouldn't hold you back. So I just love that, Will, because that's is
hmm.
such a massive trait that doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, and then and I want to add to that, it's like, you could be an amazing player one year, and then the next year everything changes. Everything changes, and you're gonna have to just wait your turn and wait your time, to come. If you're just gonna be upset about things that aren't, going your way, then you're taken away from, when the moment does come. Are you prepared? Are you gonna be ready for it? So these are challenges that players go through, and like young players need to understand. It's not like a beautiful ride. It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah, yeah. And then when was the moment when you decided, definitely I want this,
Hmm.
and now I've put school on my radar.
Hmm.
Take us through the process of how you first came up with that, and then two, how you put a
Hmm.
plan together to try and make it happen.
I think for me here, I remember you were actually a big part of it as well. We had that All-Star game for it was the U18s, So this is right after high school, and I had no college offers, anything. But you were part of the coaching staff and everything for the All-Star game in Calgary. All the high schools would play for a scholarship. So for me, I was there. I was happy to go for Calgary Northside represent. And in that game, I swear something happened. I knew that this was my moment. Okay, I know that I need to make this moment matter so I can get my name out on the radar. And I played a hell of a game. I played an absolute hell of a game there. And then from there on, I had some offers from State. I had a couple offers from MRU and stuff, but I didn't have any overseas offer or anything yet. No NCAA or anything offers yet. So for me, I knew that this is the path that I had to take. I had to take the slower path. I had to go from ACAC, and then from ACAC, I had to prove myself. and I did that, and then eventually got into NCAA. But the hardest thing about that was it was basically kind of all on me. I was sending 50 to 60 emails, during the summer,
Wow.
every single day to every single school.
Wow.
And one school eventually, reached back. They seen the USL two run that we had, and throughout that USL season, I didn't play any games until the quarterfinal, semifinal, and final. So that was a moment for me. All my hard work, it kind of just paid off. Tommy calls me. He says, "Listen, our striker is not available to come. It's looking like you and Ali Musi are gonna have to go play." And I'm a young boy at this time. I'm just happy to be there. So I get on the
Yeah.
field. I get my 2 goals, get an assist, go over to the finals, win the finals. And then after that, I'm getting my emails responded to. And I sent all these emails. So when I get the emails from all these coaches in the NCAA, I was like, okay, this is how it works. This is how it works. You just got to really work hard and have faith again in what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm assuming obviously to get into school, one,
Yeah,
you've got to be talented, obviously from an
hundred
athlete
percent.
standpoint, but two, school wise as well, right?
School wise, yes, that was one thing for me that I give thanks to my parents. When I was younger, I didn't really understand, like, why do you guys want me to like take school so serious? I just want to play. I just want to play. But when they ask for your GPA and it's not high enough, it can affect you. So for me, I was just lucky that I was a smart kid growing up, and I took school seriously because my parents says if you want to go play pro or you want to go play in college, you want to get a scholarship, you need to have good grades. Otherwise, you can forget about the soccer. And my parents grilled that into me from a young age. So I just made sure
Yeah.
that I had no problem with that moving forward, so I can kind of just pick where I wanted to go when it came to school.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's go from now. You've made the transition. And what was the
hmm
school in the States?
University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
University of Texas is that's south, right?
Yeah, south, far south. Yeah.
So how was that journey moving from Calgary, Alberta to now
hmm
deep south?
hmm
No family. I don't know about friends,
Yeah.
but no family around. What was that
hmm
transition like?
I think for young players now, they might think, okay, like I don't want to leave my family, but for me, I was excited to leave, man. This is something that I've been working towards. So the second I got the email, I got the call. I was like, when can I come? Like right away. Even my parents wanted me to get out of the house. They said, go. You're the first one in the family doing it. You're gonna set a good example for your younger brothers. Which now some of them are playing pro as well. So for me, once I got there, once I landed in Texas, I knew this was meant for me. I was just super, super excited. And another a down in my career, in my college career. When I got there, I expected to be better than what I was. So it was very humbling for me. So when I got there, it was, the school was so hard. You're training every single day, you're going to the gym every single morning, and your days are just jam-packed, right? So I had no one to kind of lean on at the time. My parents would just tell me to continue to work, continue to work. And, over time I kind of figured out my steps and I built that foundation in college for me. But for me, it was amazing. All the struggle in college was amazing. Um, I didn't really get to play much my very first year. I played probably around like 8 games and I got injured. That's when I had my first knee surgery. So that was very humbling for me, but I came back stronger in the second year and then would go on into the third year and everything. But college is an amazing journey.
Yeah, and just listening to you there again,
hmm
which we talk about this so often, turning a negative into
Into
a
positive.
positive. And just
Yeah.
the fact that you said you didn't play a lot, and
hmm
which we know nowadays people don't play a lot, I'm leaving and all that stuff. But you said,
Yeah.
no, this is part of my journey. This is part of
Exactly.
who I am right now, and it's gonna help me in the
hmm
future. And I just love that, Will. You know what I mean?
And I tell
Yeah,
people, it's like if you can't go through that, if you can't go through those types of humps, you shouldn't be playing the game. It's gonna consume you and it's gonna hurt you. And this is where players struggle. You have to understand that this is part of the journey. Not everyone's journey is sweet. You look at some of the best players, they have some of the hardest journeys. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
for me getting injured and stuff, the first thing I was thinking about was just I gotta get better. And at the same time, I'm getting my schooling paid for. Like you're getting a full degree in the United
yeah.
States, so you can't be too upset about that.
And how long was you at school for? Is it 3 years, 4 years, or two? Or
So I was there for 3 years. I did my first 2 years at State. So I played my first 2 years at State, just a local college back home. And for me, that was like the building blocks so then I can go to the States and play. So I did 3 years there and graduated there.
fantastic. And then
Yeah.
as you were coming to the end of
Yeah.
that third year? What was going through your head? Because you've
So
now
that was
overcome
tough.
so much.
Yeah. So I've come into my third year there. My second year had a really good year back from injury. And then my third year, boom, we get hit with COVID. You know how that goes. The whole world stops.
Yes.
So then that for me, it was like, okay, um, I had, I potentially go to the draft. I was feeling really good, but then COVID hits. So now I'm thinking, do I come back? Because they're giving us another year to come back for COVID year. Do I come back for a fourth? Or do I see if I can go pro now? So this is really hard, time of my life because I'm thinking, okay, I was this close to go and now I'm not going to go. So I just told myself, just continue to trust in the process. I've come this far. Why just, why chase off and go chase something that's, not solid yet? So I decided to come back for my fourth year. And then my fourth year was just absolutely just, killed everything, like top goal scorer, WAC player of the year, getting drafted into the CPL. So for me, just that decision making, that was I'm a big believer in Christ. So for me, that was I sat down, I talked to Christ, and I was just said, like, I've been here, I can get my degree, and then I can go pro. I think this is what's meant for me. I feel like there was a reason why COVID happened. There's a reason why I got injured early on to kind of just humble me and get me prepared for the actual pro game. So that was a very
Yeah.
good journey there. And the way it finished for me was just remarkable.
So let me ask you this then, because
Yeah.
again, it's I'm loving what and I'm hoping everyone who's listening to this, you're
Hmm.
hearing it from Will himself. Fantastic. You're at school, and
Yeah.
I assume there's a lot of distractions,
Oh
one
yeah.
way or the other. How
Yeah.
did you stay focused around a lot of distractions that could happen?
So for me, the biggest thing was I would sit down and honestly, anytime I felt like, I like I got a game I got a game on a Saturday and you got frat parties, you got people messaging
Yes.
you to come out, you got girls, you got all this stuff going on. And it's happening in college all the time. So for
Yeah.
me, I'd sit down and I'd really just, I got a dream board in my room and I would just look down at all the things I've written down, all the things that I've accomplished in my career. I look at my journal and I really sit down like, do I want to ruin this for just a little moment of pleasure? And some days I'm not perfect. Some days I would, dibble and dabble or whatever, but I would always keep that goal in mind and I wouldn't go too far. You know what I'm saying? So I would just tell myself, you want to go pro, you can't be going out partying every weekend. Little things like that. You're in college. It's very easy to get distracted. And I've seen players get distracted. I've seen players lose scholarship. So for me, it was very important that I just kept that in mind. And I also like I have a really good coach, Paul Lees, who's seen the talent in me and he would actually check up on me. He would message me. He'd be like, I know what's going on in the college days. This is new for you. You don't have family here. I'm gonna make sure that I keep an eye on you. So I had that blessing as well there for me. Because
Oh
I had people
wow.
that I had people that wanted me to, really go make it. And to see other people believe in your dream when you don't even like know what's going on yourself, that for me was everything. So I knew, okay, I can't be screwing around. I got to take this very
Yeah.
serious. Yeah.
Wow. So that visual dream board, do you still have that?
Yeah, I have it. I can bring it everywhere. I bring it
I
everywhere.
love
Yeah,
that.
it's in
I
my
love
apartment.
that.
I'll have to show you. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
everything from my youth days to college to pro and just
Yeah.
everything. So all the
Yeah.
good things and all the bad things that's happened in my career, and I just have it together. And sometimes I'll just sit down and when I'm lost, I'll just look at it and to kind of just get me back to myself.
Yeah. I love this. So you've finished your fourth year now. So
Hmm.
what happened after that? Where did you transition into? Because we're gonna get to Greensville shortly, but
Hmm.
where did that transition? Where did it happen after the fourth year?
So for me, after the fourth year, I get a call from my agent, who is now Josh Econ Sports, and he's like, "Listen, you had a hell of a year. I don't think you know how good you did, but now there's CPL teams coming for you." So I had options to go back home to Calgary. I had Valor, Winnipeg. So I was just like, okay, and like now I can kind of just pick where I want to go pro. I'm graduating in 2 days, so I was just like, let me go to Valor. So I decided to go to Winnipeg and play out in Winnipeg. And for me, that was just, signing that contract was just the best day of my life. I knew, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm feeling healthy. And just went straight to Valor. It was good. It was just literally a quick phone call. Talked to my parents. I said, I think it's time for me to go pro. They want me to go pro. I'm going to graduate. And my dad's like, are you sure you're graduating? I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm graduating. Don't worry. So then that was a good transition. And then within like 2 weeks after I graduated, I was training, getting ready for the first CPL season.
But how
Yeah.
was that? How was that jump from? Because now you've killed it at school. So how
Hmm.
was that jump now into CPL where you're now top of the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think since I did so well in my final year, once I got to CPL, I had so much juice in me, and I wanted to just
Good.
go out and prove myself, right? So that first year when I came in, I killed it. Honestly, I did so well, like 8 goals, 5 assists in my first season, only playing like 18 games with Valor. So that was amazing for me. I had so much juice, and I just wanted to leave everything on the field and show them this is why I'm here. This is why I became a professional soccer player.
Yeah. And then what
Mhm.
happened? What was the next part of your journey after Valor?
So after Valor, it was after that first season, um, I did so well. I got an opportunity to go play in Europe, go play in Scotland. So
Okay.
that yeah, so that's when that happened. Right after my first year, I scored end-to-end goal. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but that goal kind of like, put my name out on the map, and then European teams were calling, and then I just, I got lucky enough to go play for Ross County in the Scottish Premier League. And that journey there for me, that was a tough journey because once I got there, the first game there on my birthday, I did my knee again. So that was tough. That's probably like the hardest point of my life when I did my knee the second time, especially getting to Europe, dreaming of this as a kid, and it
Yeah.
kind of just all goes crashing down. And some days that I still think about it, it still hurts me and stuff. But that was short lived. It was only a year. Recovered back from my knee injury, and then got sent out on loan to the championship. And then that was tough. So that's kind of like the level where I'm trying to get to again if it's possible. But if it's not possible, I'm still blessed. I'm still very grateful for everything that's happened so far in my career. But yeah, that injury kind of set me back a little bit.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
those, so how did you get through it? Because I know you've mentioned faith a lot,
Yeah.
which obviously I can feel it, I can see it in you. How
hmm
did you get through, especially somewhere where you know you want to be at, which is
I
Europe?
think
How did you get through that?
I think for me it's simple. Just looking back at everything that I've done and everything I've accomplished, I was like, if I just give up on myself now, then like who am I? Like what am I? Like this is just it should be a piece of cake for you to get through. So for me it was just straight to recovery and just, trying to get back in the field as soon as possible. I didn't allow myself to get upset for too long because I'm getting to play in front of 20,000 people every Saturday. So for me, it was just get back on the field as soon as possible. You're blessed to even be in this position. You're living other people's dreams. Just, don't beat yourself down too much about it. And, just keep working. So it's just very, very strong mental, man. I have a strong mentality, and I refuse to give up. I
I
really
can,
refuse to give up. Like,
I hear it,
yeah.
and so proud of you, so proud of you.
hmm
So
And
let's
honestly,
get
some
to,
some days it's harder. Like I said, some days it's harder than other days.
yeah,
So for me, like I studied psychology in college, right? So I got my degree in that. So some days it's okay to feel down, it's okay to feel sad, but don't beat yourself up about it too much.
yeah,
If you feel like you gotta cry it out, go and cry it out in your room, go do the things that you need to do to kind of calm yourself down, but don't let it consume you, don't let it ruin weeks and months out of your life.
yeah, yeah. I love that. How did the Greenville come about?
So Greenville is so after I came back, obviously I was playing in the CPL for Calgary. We went back to back on the championship after I got sent back home from Europe. And it was thankful for Tommy and Calgary for kind of bringing me back home, and taking care of their boy. So after that, I broke my ankle, man. So I had another injury. I broke my ankle, very bad break after the CPL season. And how the business goes in football sometimes, when they can't use you, there's not much left for them to do with you. So
Yeah,
I was without a club for 7, 8 months, just recovering my ankle injury. And this is, another down part. People have to understand like football is always ups and downs. So I was without a club for 8 months. And, I was getting back into being healthy, and there was nobody that really wanted me. So I was just thinking, okay, like what am I supposed to do right now? So I decided to go to Australia just for a quick season, just to get back on my feet, go see the
okay.
world. Yeah, go see the world, get back on my feet, go relax on the beach, and just take my time. I've been on goal mode for so many years. Let me just take a little break and just really recover my body. So I went to Australia, played at Canberra in the NPL there in the second division, won the championship there, which is crazy. Had a really, really good year, 16 goals. And I was just really taking my time. Just wasn't thinking much about it. I just wanted to play football and then try to enjoy football again. Because at this point, I wasn't really enjoying football. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to go to training. I didn't want to do any of these things. I was just sitting down, feeling sorry for myself. Why am I getting so injured all the time? So
Yeah,
then I get there, we win the MPL championships, and then there's the Australian championship, and then I signed for Marconi in the Australian championship for the first 2 months, for the 2 months in the inaugural season, and we ended up going to the finals and losing in the finals. So just that year run I had in Australia got my name back. You know, I got my foot back in, and then I get a call to come play in Greenville in the USL. So that's just another testament to my hard work. So if I didn't take that step to just fix myself and get my head right and get my mentality right, then I wouldn't have got this opportunity. So I did so well in Australia that they wanted me to come back out here and, you know, represent myself in the USL. And that's where I'm at now here at Greenville. So it was just another call. My agent says, I think I can find you a team in the USL. You've done very well this past year. You've proven to yourself that you can keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So that's where I'm at here now, and I'm just, you know, trying to do as best as I can. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think it must be great as well when you're going to a new club and the
Yeah.
club not only see the athlete in you, but the
Yeah.
person who's gone through so much and is still here to this day. And if not,
Hmm.
if anything, is exceeding. And I think as a athlete, as a person, that must play some good weight with you as well, right?
Yeah, 100%. You know, like even coming here, I know the players here and stuff. You know, they respect me and my journey and my experience and stuff. And it's just it's nice to have that, and it's nice to give it to other players and other people. You know, because there's players and that young, especially young players that go through things and they're afraid to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be that person that you can come and talk to. You know, you can come and watch my videos and just kind of see what I go through and see if you can take a little piece out of it and, you know, put it into your game and into your life. Definitely.
Yeah. So if I was to say to you, what are the top things you're proud of yourself from the start of your journey to where you are currently? Because this isn't the end chapter, there's still more. But
Yeah.
so far, because we always say we know where we're heading, but we want to make sure we don't forget the journey going there, right? So what
Yeah.
would be top three right now that you go, you know
Mm,
what, I'm proud of you, Will? What would they be?
yeah, that's a good question, man. I haven't thought about that in a while. Dang, that's
Just
good.
any, it doesn't even have to be three. Give me one or
Nah,
two
I
or
know, I know, I know. I don't. Yeah, I should be. Yeah. Um.
something to think about then, right?
Yeah, it's really good actually. I'm gonna say my resilience, you know. I'm just happy that I'm very resilient and, you know, all the downs that I've had in my life to just continue to keep on going. Um, my honesty as a footballer and as a person, you know, that's got me a very, very far. Just being honest with myself, you know, when things are going good and things are going bad. And I'd say like I think me not, you know, not like my ego. I don't think I've had any type of negative or bad ego throughout my whole career. I've kind of just put my head down and just worked hard throughout everything, no matter how people treat me and no matter how bad things get. I try not to change who I am as a person, never.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Will. I love
Yeah,
that. And make sure, even
yeah.
after our interview today, you keep checking in with those things.
Okay,
Um,
I
because
like that.
we galoo whether it's weekly, some people do it daily, some people do it weekly. I think a month is always too long because a lot can happen in 31 days or 30 days. So I always go
Yeah,
weekly. It's Monday today, a fresh week. What am I proud of last week? Or boom, 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 boom. And it
yeah. I don't
just
do that
it,
enough.
don't do it enough.
Yeah, I don't
So
do that
and
enough.
we all don't well. And
Hmm.
just from listening to your story, because it's unbelievable, and this is why I wanted to get you on you because you're such an inspiration. But I want to make sure you don't forget
Yeah,
to appreciate
yeah.
the moment, weekly or however you feel, right?
I
Because it
appreciate
can
that.
fly by so quick. I think the one of the last times I saw you, you were maybe 16, 17.
Yeah,
And you're now 27 or 28.
20, 27, 28 almost. Ah, almost 30, boy.
But do you see
Yeah,
how time flies?
flies, man. Holy smokes.
Right? So it's like you can remember things on that journey, but it's like let's make sure we're really being intentional with appreciating those moments as well, right?
Yeah, I have to. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. No, so proud of you, man. So proud of you.
Hmm.
So what's next? What's your aims going forward here? I know it's obviously to keep representing. Any
Yeah,
mini goals you got planned?
I mean, for me right now, just working on my off-season business. Me and Elijah, we have, have been working on our off-season business. During the off-season, we like to have all the Canadian youth ballers, around Calgary to come in. We do a massive tournament every single year, and we're gonna start doing more youth camps, more pop-ups and more events. So that's something to look forward to in the next coming years. And I think that's something that I want to be doing after my career as well. And hopefully just give back to the community one day. That's one thing I'm just trying to figure out right now is how can I use my career to build something to give back to the to the youth, whether it's coaching, whether it's academy, whether it's just being there and being a mentor for children. So that's something I'm working on with my business right now. And then other than that, just trying to score as many goals as I can before the wheels fall off. So
Yeah, you still
uh, you
got
know
plenty time yet. Plenty
yeah,
time yet.
I got some. Yeah, heck
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, I'm so proud of you, Will. Seriously,
Thank you.
and that's why I wanted to get you on here because your journey is just inspirational, and your journey isn't done. You got more
Hmm.
chapters to come, and just keep that mindset, keep
I will.
appreciating.
I will.
And I'm glad you brought up when those dark days are around or those
Hmm.
negative days are around, how you handle it, because so many people, as we know, go to drink,
Hmm.
alcohol, drugs, this, that, and
Hmm.
no one's judging anyone, but there's always ways to deal with stuff. And you
100%.
brought up faith, you brought up honesty, you
Hmm.
brought up wanting to do yourself proud. And I think those are the things that get left behind all these other
Hmm.
distractions, right? So I'm just
Hmm.
so proud of you, man. And yeah, I'd love to have you on down the line, see where you're at,
Hmm.
see if you're still killing it,
100%. Let's do
same
it.
team, or if you've moved on, or
Hmm.
whichever. I'd love to have you on because I just think your story and the way you are and who you are, what you represent is says a lot about so much,
Hmm.
So,
100%.
so thank you. Well,
Thank you
all
so much.
right.
Thank you so much. I wanna leave the ballers with this one here. If you guys have a dream and you guys know that you're really, really, close to reaching these dreams and you're lost and you're in a place, just remember that, you're the only person that can get through it. So, you have to really give everything. If you want to be a pro, you have to know how to say no. And that's one thing that, I keep dear to myself. If you want something, you got to be able to say no to all the other things. So don't forget that it's not going to be an easy journey, but it's going to be a fun one, definitely.
Love that. Well, love
Thank you
that.
so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay. And
Appreciate
we'll be
that. Thank you,
talking to you
coach.
very, very soon.
Yes.
And good luck
Yes.
in your game tomorrow.
Thank you. Hopefully I bang one. Let's
All
do it.
right.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Will. Bye.